Hey there everyone, it's Laurel here. Today I've got a video showing you some DIY ombre backgrounds with things that you probably already have in your craft room. Let's start with traditional ink blending using any kind of ink pad you have. This is some little spinny gadget I got from scrapbook.com, and I like it because you can spin your project away around you. It also has, what do you call that thing at the top, that big huge clip that you can clip your paper to. But since I am ink blending the entire background, I just sprayed a little bit of Pixie spray from Therm. Here's a video here where I talked about the Pixie spray on the back, and it holds it in place brilliantly. I love it, and there's no sticky gunk when I peel that off too. So I'm using one of those makeup blenders that I got from Amazon. Here is a link to a video I did talking about that and a fun technique that you can do with it, which I'm actually going to do at the end of this video too. But anyway, so I just was very heavy-handed with the top portion of the card, and then I just went in with a lighter hand at the bottom. And I've got this pretty ombre with just one color ink. And I think that's super duper pretty. I did add some flicks of water at the bottom. Next is acrylic block inking. So this is going to be a little bit more messy. So I just chose a large rectangle block, and I'm using, again, some ink. This is some ink from Catherine Pooler. It's called Grape Crush. It's a Grape Crush. It's a beautiful ink color, a beautiful purple. And I went ahead and sprayed the block with some water, and then I'm going to take some watercolored cardstock, and I am saturating the bottom more because the more water you put down, the lighter the color is going to be. So I'm pressing really hard at the top and a little lighter at the bottom, and then poof, I have this beautiful ombre watercolor look. And I'll go ahead and press some more cardstock into it and use that panel for something different down the road. It's more water. I just didn't want to waste all that pretty ink. So here is a look at that card. See, so far so good. Now this you might not have in your craft room. I bought this because I saw my friend Ruby using this paint. I never even used it before this demo right here, so I have nothing. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Gouache Paint? I don't even know. It's super thick though, so I wasn't sure if this was going to work. So that's why you see me continuing to add water. I have to, do my homework on what this paint is because it's amazing with what she does with it. But anywho, it's pretty thick, so I just watered it down, and then I added some water to the bottom, and I just made it work. So any kind of acrylic paint would work for this, right? You just want to put it on heavier at the top and then just go a lot lighter down towards the bottom, or just add more water to the bottom. Another way, very easy to do, is with some Nuvo embellishment mousse. This is in a spring color. It's in a yellow color. I am just using a paper towel, and I am just going in and applying it all over the page, but I'm going to be very heavy-handed at the top. So you're seeing the trend here. Heavy-handed for the darker colors, lighter hand for the lighter colors. So you can get beautiful ombres with just one color of whatever medium you're using. You don't have to go in and buy specific ink pads that are ombre ink pads or anything like that. You can do this on your own. This is a beautiful shiny color. It's embellishment mousse, so it gives you that shine as well as that ombre appearance. Another way is watercolor markers. Now, these are new to me. These are Arteza watercolored markers. They have a real brush tip on the end. They did send this to me in full disclosure to try out, so I am trying it out for the first time here with some Bristol cardstock. I found that when I was using any kind of watercolor brush markers, Bristol was my friend. So I just, of course, grabbed something in the teal family because, hello, I love it. And I scribbled it on, as you see, and then I'm just adding some water here. And it blends beautifully, absolutely beautiful. So I'm just spreading it out a little bit more, and it blends really well. So I'm excited to try more of these watercolors, and I will do a video just on these water brush markers very soon from Arteza. They're very price affordable, let me tell you. And now we're going to move into pan watercolors. You might have some pan watercolors on your own. So what you want to do when you're using pan watercolors is spray some water in the pan first to get the water moving and get it activated. Let it sit for a few minutes, and then you can just go to town. So I'm going in with an orange, and then in a couple of seconds I'm going to add in another pink. Nobody says that ombre has to be just one color. You can go in and add more than one color if you want. To me, ombre is like going from dark to light in my mind. So I decided to go in and add a pink, and this almost is going to turn into like almost a sunset, if you will. These are pan watercolors from Alta New, but I did add those four kind of in the middle there. Those are Daniel Smith watercolors that I put in the palette. and this is just quite pretty. Now, if you do an ombre background and it's not, floating your boat, I'm going to have a trick for you at the end on what you can do. But first, let me just show you how you can do this just wet with the blending brush. Here's that miracle brush I was telling you about, or the makeup brush. And I just wet some Catherine Puller ink. Any ink will work. I just happen to love Catherine Puller ink. And then wet my brush, and then I got this blended background in seconds. Seconds! You can bring in a smaller brush like I did to add more brush stroke detail, but then I changed my mind because I was loving how easy that blend was going. I know, right? Now here's the final way, and this is a nice cheat. White paint, right? Any kind of white paint that you have, any kind of acrylic paint, the 99-cent bottles from Hobby Lobby and Michaels work just fine. I'm kind of watering that up a little bit, and then I'm going to go in and add some white paint to some of the panels that really didn't get the perfect ombre look that I wanted. I wanted it more lighter at the bottom. So I'm cheating, and I'm going in with some white paint. So if all else fails, get some white paint and you can create ombre backgrounds. Here's that gouache. I need to Google how to say that. That's that paint. So I'm adding white paint on top of that, and I actually love how this turned out at the end. But there's your trick, right? Little white paint to seal the deal on your ombres. So there you have it. Several ways to create your own ombre backgrounds, likely with products that you already have in your craft room. I hope you found these tips helpful to you, and even the little hack of adding some white paint. Can't get any easier than that. If you are not a subscriber of my channel, please click right down there in the right-hand corner on that subscribe button. And also, if you click that little notification bell, you'll be emailed every time I upload a new video. Here are a couple videos you might want to check out. And thank you guys so much for joining me today. I will see you again real soon.